Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I got an update here on Ashlee Janee. Uh, let's go ahead and get on into it. Um, First off, we're going to start with a few things from Messing with Sean. Let's get into it. Dang it. I hope I don't get struck for the music. Please don't let me get struck for the music.
So the other day I posted a video about how Ashlee Janee, an Instagram girlie I followed for a long time on Instagram, tragically was unalived in her hotel room on her birthday, supposedly, I believe it was her birthday, in Tanzania. And the responses I received are actually so sick, it's not sat right with me since reading them, and I'm still receiving them. So let me address the larger issue first before I go into the smaller things. A black woman was unalived at the young age of 31, reported that she did it herself by her, I'm sorry I said husband, y'all are so hooked up on that, by her fiance, an older white man. And the response, like I said, was sickening.
Furthermore, let us look at some of the disrespectful stuff that this young lady was saying about said black
Listen.
men. Look at this. In
Listen.
2024, before she went and got white zaddied up. Every day, black men wake up and find new ways to embarrass us. Hold on. Y'all forget that black men remember when y'all say stuff like this, right? And again, the irony, but let's go through her Twitter history. Back in 2013, she loved white boys. Now watch the wordplay with this one. She made it known that she likes white boys. Lord help your people. Well, that's obvious. Says, you still only date white boys. Then she tried to lie and says no. But why would someone think she only dated white boys if this were not true? Actions speak louder than words. Yes, I don't think it. Then she says her white boyfriend is not lame. He is clearly a lame. Jump to 2016, and she confirms she has been dating white guys for as long as she can remember. And also note, no black men were involved in her life to where she was bullied or made fun of for her to chase white men. This is a personal choice she made. Let's not skip over a crucial part in this. Here she says her and her mom been fucking white men their whole lives. And oh no.
Pay attention.
Now, I have heard that. I haven't said anything because I haven't seen or heard anybody else say it about the fact that her mom was, swirling, interracially dating, whatever. But I did say that clearly her and the dad are not together after that interview. It's just, I was like, they're not together. I thought they were together. But then at the end, I was like, oh yeah, they not together. You could tell. But I didn't know that she was out here with her man as well. And her mom was the one that encouraged her to be with a white man like her. Her mom, it's a personal choice she made. Let's not skip over a crucial part in this. Here she says her and her mom been fucking white men their whole lives, and her mom was the one that encouraged her to be with a white man like her. This is her talking, and when you say you about to F my mother, damn, you so right, because we've been F by the white man our whole life. This is her talking. This is her tweet. This is her talking, y'all. She's the rest of this tweet is, and when you say you about to F my mother, damn, you so right, because we've been F'd by the white man our whole life. My mom is convinced I'm going to marry a white man. My mom is convinced I'm going to be with a white man just like her. Wow.
Pay attention.
Don't say we don't be leering over here. Don't be saying we don't be leering over here. These are tweets. You know, this is our
I'm not going to want to bring this up, but this is what y'all like. So y'all should be talking about it. You like to see.
And here's something else that's pissing me off with this. Why are the divestors quiet? Any other time, the divestors will be here, there, everywhere. On this incident right here, the divestors are too damn quiet.
Compliment with white men, you do. You know, with Serena and Venus and Kentucky and
Talk to
Kim,
him,
it's
Messi.
all good in the hood. But when Bronny James goes with the white girl to the prom 2 years in a row, y'all have all kinds of fits.
That show hell will.
Interesting how that works out.
Hypocrisy, anyone?
So there is no confusion.
Mommy.
And speaking of something, here's a girl's mama with a white boy. Mm. There's the mama with a white man. And me personally, I believe the mama got self-hatred, and the self-hatred was taught to the daughter. I said what I said. Let's get back into it.
Yolanda Edris, yep, that's her name. You go, girl. Go, girl. He's a looker. Look like son.
Let's keep going. She is your typical divester, already doing drugs and threesomes. She is also...
Can I bring another biatch? Let's have a threesome in 2014.
And this is her
You ever
Twitter.
had a threesome with Molly and Mary? Oh, wow. Ugh. 2 girls plus 1 guy equals threesome. 2 guys plus 1 girl equals a train. Ooh, Lord help your people. These are old though, y'all. Her frontal lobe may not have been ready by now. Okay? I'm just saying.
bisexual. When you are a divester, you gotta be down and ready to do the most disgusting stuff in order to maintain your place with white men.
Introducing the Viofo A329 S3 channel dashcam with 200 and
stuff in order to maintain your place with white men.
She replies to I live in Q, but if she's really bi, she won't share. She'll just be with whoever she likes more, to be honest. And then replying to only 11 count. Anyone that knows me knows I've been bi since I was 6 damn teen. Y'all don't get mad at me. These are her tweets. We just reading through the tweets. Shout out to OL here on the tube.
A week before she died, she did make this comment pointing out how Miami men, not white, so she's talking about black men, beat their women. The irony of this post, because according to friends and family, this is how she was killed. She was strangled by the
Allegedly.
white man, then he staged it to look like a self-deletion.
But you know, R. Keene Gibson, he went viral for this comment. Death doesn't automatically earn my respect, especially when you had none for my life while you were alive. Ashlee Janee is no different than Tailbone Rackets.
Bingo.
I don't condone the violence.
Ain't no
that took
damn
your life,
different.
but I cannot
Bingo.
honestly support you. You guys know about Tailbone Rackets. He was the brother out there in Georgia that had the white lady, and he was like he wouldn't date no black bees no more. And that same white lady deleted him. Okay, that's what he's saying. Now, let me just tell you what happened. Basically, on my comment section. On the video, one of the videos I made, there's a brother by the name of Oxtail Cook. Once I put up the video about the young lady dying, he said, damn, that's crazy. Do y'all need anything from Walmart? And then all the brothers started commenting, hot Cheetos and watermelon flavor Arizona iced tea. Another brother goes, I'm running low on water filters. You can grab me a box of Fruit Loops. I actually had to give my son some large detergent tissue for college. He's doing pretty good. Just got an A on his test. Like brothers is acting like they talking about something completely else. Yeah, laundry detergent. You know, Jay Johnson, he laughing about it. Yeah, I'm low on detergent. Can you grab me a bottle of liquid Tide or some dryer sheets while you at it? Appreciate it. What they're saying is this. Don't you dare ask me to have no sympathy for this black woman who got with this white man because she wanted a soft life, and that white man may or may not have had something to do with her death. And at the same time, you asking me as a black man that she was so embarrassed by to have sympathy for? The answer is no. While we
No,
ain't
no
gotta
sympathy.
disrespect her openly, we ain't gotta have no sympathy for her.
You may not have agreed with her takes about how she doesn't no longer at the time later in her short-lived life date black men. I don't agree with that. I date black men. But y'all were so hooked up on that fact that to the point where y'all was like basically insinuating that she deserved to no longer be on this earth.
Ma'am, if you don't go straight to damn hell.
Femicide in any capacity is the problem. That's the issue at hand. Why would you come onto my video and comment laughing emojis, comment pasta and lobster, memes, gifts? Oh, she passed doing what she wanted to do, rest in preference. And side note, for the demographic that Iron Man and Ashlee Janee was in, for the least likely across race and gender to date outside of our race, to get that response from the demographic that across race and gender that is most likely to date outside of our race, think that there would be a little more like understanding that the issue at hand that I was speaking about was just femicide and the loss of a young black life. But based off of those statistics, it's like, oh, well, I see why you wouldn't care.
I want to say something that's probably going to piss people off, but I'm going to say it anyway. The only time that black women care about femicide is when they want to play victim. If a black woman cannot play victim, they do not care about femicide. I said what I said.
That much. Why y'all don't care? That we I see it. Like firsthand, I did not expect that type of response. I really wasn't expecting that response. They're about like the talk.
So I don't think that there's any need to listen to the rest of what she has to say. It's nothing positive.
It's
I've
not.
already listened to it all. So I cut it off because I feel like I've proved the point. It's always empathy and sympathy and what you do to black women when y'all
Talk
don't see
about
what
it,
the hell it is that
Messi.
y'all do.
Talk
And it's
about
not
it.
just that dude who was a jackass that was saying, you know, what he was saying about black women with the white girl, with the sheriff dude. Mr. Christian Umbumseli, he was disparaging black women as well. And then he got taken on up out of here by his preference. Listen, it's a thing. It is a thing. So the problem is people saying, oh, you shouldn't, no, you shouldn't, no, you shouldn't. Well, damn it, everybody be doing it. If it's it right, no. We're not going to sit here and pretend. That's all I'm saying. We're just not going to sit here and pretend. And until both sides decide that they're going to stop this shit, then this going back and forth every time this shit happens is really silly at the end of the day. Because, child, don't somebody send me one of those videos, please, where after Kobe died, all them comments were so disgusting that I don't even remember. I probably blocked it from my memory because it was so disgusting. And that was Kobe Bryant. And y'all was saying some of the dumbest shit about, again, how he's supposed to leave his ish to a black woman with his black ass kids. No shade against the kids. And rest in peace to Kobe. Then, of course, with Kevin Samuels, child, if y'all got them videos and I can do a video on that and show those comments, because these heifers always seem to forget all that. Be the first ones talking about karma. But when the rabbit got the gun, then all of a sudden it ain't right. And look how y'all
Talk
act.
about
Look
it,
how
Messi.
y'all act.
Talk
If y'all in
about
charge,
it.
and you in charge of the community, and you're responsible for everything and everybody until something goes wrong and then that shit changes. Child, miss me with all this bullshit. Y'all make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Like this daggone video. Share the daggone content.
Thank you, Messi. And I got another clip here from Messi as well. I'm also going to play some of a live stream that Messi did last night, and also some of a live stream that Queen Sheba Darling did last night as well.
So then I found this article from the Tanzania Times. Shout out to the Tanzania Times. We got the New York Times. They got the Tanzania Times. Now, it says Ashlee Robinson's boyfriend Joe McCann arrested over her death. U.S. Embassy sends coroner in Zanzibar for autopsy. All right. So this news article looks a little weird. Okay, good. All right, there we go. I moved it over. It's a little off-centered, but oh no, it says Wednesday, April the 15th. All right, well that makes sense because it should already be Wednesday in Africa, right? All right. So it says up here Wednesday, April the 15th. But this article must have been last updated on April the 14th. That makes more sense. So the police in Zanzibar insist that the American fashionist and social media influencer Ashlee Robinson committed self-deletion by way of, from the hotel room wardrobe.
We don't believe that.
From the hotel room wardrobe. Does the wardrobe mean the bathroom in other places that's not the United States of America? Is that what that means? The hotel room wardrobe. You know how they have different names for bathrooms and outhouses? Is it called wardrobe over there? But her boyfriend, Joe McCann, is currently being held by the police in Zanzibar to assist with the investigations. His passport has also been seized. Joe is a cryptocurrency dealer back in the United States. So he could have his computer. I always have my computer with me. So he could be on there doing trades. But, I feel like it's a little weird. You just took this whole vacation with your fiance. You had planned on proposing to her. You proposed to her. The line was tired. Y'all was doing a lot of filming, I know. Now all of a sudden, y'all got to be separated. She ain't here no more. And you go do some crypto. That's weird to me, but what do I know? Wardrobe means closet. Okay, thank you so much. What is it? Katania's mom. Thank you, boo. So wardrobe is the closet. Ugh, Lord help your people. Ashlee, a holder of the U.S. passport number. Damn, they giving out her passport number? They don't give a damn. Is reported to have tried to take her own life shortly after the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel and Hotel Management separated the lady from her boyfriend following a major fight between the two. So this is a major fight. We already heard that they was already fighting. This says major. Why are you having a major fight when you just got engaged? Why are you having a major fight when this is the man of your dreams? He got all the money. He got all the time in the world, clearly, for y'all to go to Africa. He probably giving you the good stuff. Why would you be fighting like a major fight where people got to come in? Like the hotel staff got to come in. The guests are complaining. You should be happier than a pig in shit. Everybody should be happy. Everybody should be happy. Y'all out here fighting in another country that other people got to come out there. That don't sound right to me, child. Ashlee booked into the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel at Nungwi Beach on the 4th of April 2026, accompanied by her boyfriend, the 48-year-old Joseph Isak McCann. So listen to this sentence, y'all. It says, Ashlee.
Hold on. Okay. I was going to do something from Queen Sheba Darling from last night, but it looks to me Queen Sheba is about to go live at around 4. So I want to go ahead, get out what I need to get out, and go straight to this.
Into the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel at Nungwi Beach on the 4th of April 26th, accompanied by her boyfriend, Joseph, I guess it's Isaac McCann. So it sounds like she the one that was planning the trip, paid for the trip, allegedly. It's in her name.
Listen.
What? If I'm booking a trip, obviously I'm going to put it in my name, right? You got to have the credit card match your ass, right? Did I not say that, everybody on the internet be lying? Everybody on the internet be lying, child.
Messi confirmed what I thought it was. I don't know if y'all remember this or not. If y'all remember Queen of Kings, look back at the Queen of Kings situation and look at this and tell me that these two things do not mirror one another. Let's get back into it.
Some of this stuff will come out. It don't sound right to me. I mean, I'm not. Let me not say right. That's not the right word. It sounds suspicious. Let's say I sound suspicious. Like, what if she was putting the whole Eric thing, and what he was doing was just lying about everything that he has? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Daniel, that's what it sounds like. When I read that sentence, that's what I hear. Ashley booked into the Zuri Zanzibar Hotel at Nungwi Beach on the 4th of April 2026, accompanied, so he tag along, yeah, he with me, you know what I'm saying, by her boyfriend, the 48-year-old Joseph Isaac McCann. It's not like we haven't seen this before, y'all.
We've seen it before. Hold on, y'all.
It's not like we haven't seen this before, y'all. We've seen this before, and the first one that comes to mind is that Rose and the white guy situation. I don't know his name. Where she was taking care of everything, but they was making it seem like he was taking care of everything. And if we're being honest, typically with these divestiture relationships and the white man is this and the white man is that and the white man is this and the white man is that, he's usually not. But he has to be made to seem as such. Yeah. This is what I've seen. Okay? Thank you, Reaper. He said his company lost $100 million. His company lost $100 million last year. Woo! Lord help your people. It all will come out in the wash, y'all. Will all come out in the wash. The director of criminal investigations in the Isles, DCP Zuberi, or however you say that name, said the U.S. couple were intending to stay at the beach hotel for 7 days and depart Zanzibar on the 10th of April, 2026, which was only 4 days ago, which I think was Saturday. Except the tragedy struck on the night of Wednesday the 8th, so last week of April, when reports claimed that Ashley used a nightgown belt to self-delete herself from the top of the wardrobe. Shout out to Cantania's mom. She said that's what wardrobe meant. So she used a nightgown. Why would a woman at the top of her game, at the top of her career, over in the motherland, with the man of her dreams, just getting engaged, staying a week or so in Africa, go self-delete? Why would she go self-delete?
Why?
Try that sound crazy.
Why?
None of it makes any sense.
Yep, none of it makes sense.
Now, what I do believe, as we continue to hear, is that this shit was all fake. The way that it looks, everything is recorded, everything is like edited, everything is professionally done. Why do you need to make this look like your life? And why do...
Sounds to me anything for clout. Anything for clout.
Women think that shit is true. It was, child, her edits are better than her production and edits are better than a episode of Love and Hip Hop, child.
Facts. Her editing work is better than half the people on YouTube.
Production and everything is better than a Love and Hip Hop episode. This is crazy.
Too crazy.
This is crazy. Previously, the two shared a single, Previously, the two shared a single hut, number 25, at the Zuri Hotel, and when they picked up a fight, their neighbor in the next room, 24, complained to management about the chaos in their room. Y'all, come on. Come on. You trying to tell me that you went on vacation all the way on the other side of the world to fight? So much so that the neighbors heard your name, and not in a good way. That the neighbors had to call down and y'all had to be separated from rooms. Chaos. They say chaos in that room, yeah. The Zuri Hotel management decided to separate the two, taking Joe McCann to another hut number 65, which is well a ways away, it sounds like, from 25, one would think, right? Oh, it says which was further away from the ladies' abode, yeah. Later, a hotel attendant went around for inspections and found Ashlee looking for a phone charger, and the hotel worker secured one for her. She then told the attendant to return after 15 minutes. When the hotel worker eventually went back to Ashlee's room, the doors were locked and lights off. Using spare keys, the attendant opened the door. At that moment, Ashlee dropped from where she was being suspended. So she asked the attendant to come back in 15 minutes so that they could see her deceased. This sounded a little weird to me.
It does.
Let me read that again. So a hotel attendant went around for inspections and found Ashlee looking for a phone charger, and the hotel worker got her one. Here you go, girl. She then told the attendant to return after 15 minutes. Why? That don't make no sense. Come back in 15 minutes, boo. What was going on, yeah? What was going on? When the hotel worker eventually went back to Ashlee's room, the doors were locked and the lights are off. So if I'm in a hotel, yeah, and just say I did say, child, come on to my hotel room. Girl, you want to come to my hotel? And I need to see you in 15 minutes. Thanks for getting me the phone charger. When you come back and the door is locked and secured, don't bring your ass in there. Don't bring your ass in there. Because if that's the case, then she technically should only have been potentially deceased for 15 minutes, not the 11 hours. Something don't make no damn sense. Allegedly, she was away for 11 hours, and maybe she was just away from Jim, whatever his name is. And then when he finally went looking for her, maybe it was the next day, 11 hours later. But why was this attendant coming back to her? He already gave the damn plug. So she's just like, oh, come back to my room in 15 minutes. And then he went in there, and then he saw her. The attendant rushed to seek help, and when the American lady was untied from the nook, she was still breathing, though unconscious. So she was still alive. Well, I guess that would kind of make sense, because she only had about 15 minutes to be up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as nice as possible. So she said, come back in 15 minutes. He came back in about 15 minutes, made his way on in there. So maybe it wasn't that long. So it kind of would make sense from that perspective, but none of this makes.
We believe that where you choose to live shouldn't define the level of care you receive. That's why Samsung Beyond Bound
made his way on in there. So maybe it wasn't that long. So it kind of would make sense from that perspective, but none of this makes sense. But I'm just talking through it. Oh, you know what? Kennard got a point. Maybe it is somebody else. Maybe it is somebody else. But this don't make no sense. No, Kyra, it don't sound like it makes sense. Yeah, well, if it's a short time, so if he was supposed to come back in 15 minutes and say she got herself together for 10 minutes and did the thing, allegedly, right? She still could potentially be breathing. She was unconscious. She was just still breathing, so she wasn't deceased yet. Ashlee was rushed to a hospital where she reportedly died after 2 days. Oh, she was alive for 2 days, y'all. New information. Embassy in Dar es Salaam has already dispatched.
Wait a minute. She was alive for 2 days after the alleged hanging. Somebody wanted this girl up out of here. Because for her to suddenly die 2 days later, that was with intent. I don't care what nobody say. And when Queen Sheba goes live at 4, we're going straight to that live stream. let's get back into this.
Coroner to the Isles to assist in the autopsy of Ashlee Robinson. So the U.S. Embassy is already gone over there or doing whatever they do over there. Meanwhile, the parents of the popular online content creator from the U.S. who died in Zanzibar and under mysterious circumstances plan to travel to Tanzania to start their own investigation on the tragic incident. Okay? The CBS News interviewed Yolanda Andres, the mother of the deceased lady influencer Ashlee Robinson, regarding what they planned next. Okay? So the mom and the dad are not together. So when we looked at that interview the other day, I'm like, these two, they're not together. They don't look like they're together. So they're not together. Keep that in mind. Ashlee was at her happiest moment. All of a sudden, she was dead. We are not buying the self-deletion tale, said Yolanda. Together with Harry Robinson, Ashlee's father, Ms. Andres wants to take matters on own hands and investigating what exactly could have happened to their daughter in Tanzania. The vacation in Tanzania was supposed to be Ashlee's trip of a lifetime, which makes it even worse. So this is your trip of a lifetime. You got your fiance of a lifetime. You got engaged of a lifetime. That lion was with y'all for as long as he could take it for a lifetime. And then you turned around and self-deleted? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's supposed to be her trip of a lifetime, celebrating her 31st birthday, topped with a surprise engagement from her lover, Joe McCann, the director of crypto firm McCann Asymmetric, who until now is not issuing any statement. The company said, our name is Bennett and we ain't in it. From the photos that are circulating online showing the couple hugging wildlife, it seems the lovebirds had previously toured other parts of the mainland, Tanzania, before going to the Isles. Then it suddenly turned into a nightmare. The report about the incident reached Ashlee's parents 11 hours after it happened. Okay, well, maybe that's the 11 hours. But there's also a time difference. I don't know if they're calculating that. We gotta, remember stuff like this. Human Rights intervenes. As the story of Ashlee Janee's death in Zanzibar continues to gain global traction, the HRA has today issued a formal call on the government of Tanzania to order an independent investigation into the circumstances of her passing. The HRA, chaired by Saad Kassis Mohammed, is simultaneously urging the United States State Department to engage directly with Tanzanian authorities on behalf of Ms. Robinson's family. As of today, no official cause of death has been established. No autopsy or toxicology results have been made public, and no charges have been filed. The HRA's position is ambiguous. Where the cause of death of a foreign national is disputed by her own family, the host government's obligation to investigate transparently is not discretionary. All right, so in other words, they're going up there to raise holy hell, which of course that makes sense, and the United States Embassy or whatever is getting involved, all right? But allegedly, he's been arrested. I'm not sure if we can, put too much stock into that.
I wouldn't.
But he's definitely still over there. He's still over there, for sure. All right.
That's the kind of stuff you watch from a distance.
And here's Queen Sheba.
My name is Robert Cross, President CEO of Tina's Burritos. Tina's makes the world.
We're gonna play this live stream that Queen Sheba did last night, and then at 4 o'clock, I'm gonna switch over to the most recent update that Queen Sheba has on this case. Let's get it. Be right back.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will cuss you smooth out. My mouth ain't under control yet, and I can throw these hands. And let me tell you something, if I get my hands on you, I promise you, you gonna know you've been in a fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
Oh, all right, all right. And we are back. We are back. Thank you, everybody, for coming back. I'm just going to call this a continuation of the Ashlee Janee story. What happened to Ashlee Janee? What happened to Ashlee Janee? I have y'all all in my Instagram. Listen. What is it? Let me see. Miss Yo-Yo. Miss Yo-Yo, welcome. Miss Yo-Yo say, wait a minute, you're live. Let me run to your YouTube. I am live, and we have a live update from Africa. We have a live update from Africa. They have seized his passport. He has been arrested. He is now in custody. Ashlee's death has become an official government police investigation. Now, Africa, I'm looking at you sideways, Africa. Africa, Africa, Africa. I'm looking at you sideways. And let me tell you why. I can't give you a round of applause too fast because I think you underestimated the heat that the United States of America was going to put on your ass regarding Ashlee Janee. I think you did it because you had to. I think you effed around and you found out. I think you underestimated the power of women's right and the power that we have as a people when we come together. We hone in on the psychological and the behavioral traits of the Black experience. And I don't think you expected to get that kind of work that you've gotten from us in the past 48 hours. We are not letting this thing go. We are like a freaking pit bull on a bone. And we're ready to shake and rattle and roll until she gets her body here safe and sound into the hands of the parents. And I got a funny feeling, y'all, and a sneaky suspicion that those mofos have been listening to us today, because just like an hour or two after we got offline, they're saying that they're now going to share medical information with the family. They got the proper paperwork in order. The hospital will now be giving, or the medical professionals who did not initially communicate with the next of kin. Now they're going to loop them into the communication. They're going to be working directly with them. They're pushing Joe out of the inner circle, and they're bringing in the family. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is you should have been doing that in the first place. That should have been happening in the first place. As soon as you realize that she was a single woman, because she's single until she's married, alone with a white gentleman who you question, or you find it very plausible that his details are not adding up regarding how he found her in the state that he found her. So Africa, you are not off the hook. I still have a lot of questions. A lot of it still does not make sense to me. But the police commander did go live. They have him in custody. That's the first thing. They have seized his passport. That's the second thing. The death, they have not announced an official cause of death. Her body is still being examined by medical professionals. Are y'all with me? That's where we are so far. That's the first thing. The second thing is the U.S. Embassy is now involved. Initially, the parents could not get any information from Joe, from the resort. Not really a cupcake, but I am super baked. Thanks to Mood Canada.
Mood is third-party tested.
Or the U.S. Embassy. Let me give y'all a round of applause. Let me give y'all a round of applause that are tuned in today. Hold on. Let me, I have to. It will be, let me find my round of applause. Y'all did that. Let me tell you how you make people step up. By tuning in, sharing, commenting, And if you don't comment on any other video, I never ask you to do anything. Comment on this. Follow this story so that we can make sure that they do the right thing by her. Okay? That's the only way. When we come together and we put our foot down and we decree and declare, not so fast. It's not making sense. Africa, I still don't trust you because I believe you would have allowed him to get on that flight and come back safe and sound to the United States of America if the people had not made noise. You're not doing this because you're thorough. I believe you're doing it to cover your ass. That's it. That's all. That's what I believe.
Saving their own ass.
I have to go back to my common sense. See, I can't allow a narrative. I cannot allow an entity or government to tell me how to think. I have to go with what makes the most sense. What should have been done from what should have been done at step 1, what should have been done step 2, step 3, step 4. Y'all didn't do it. You're backtracking. And to me, when you start backtracking, that tells me you're trying to clean up your mess. So let me go ahead. Let me drop the link. Do not come up. This is for Somali Queen who's in Africa. She's going to translate for us in Swahili exactly what the police commander has said in the interview that he's released. The press conference that he held in real time. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that link is for Somali Queen. I'm going to ask that if you're tuned in, please do not come up yet. Somali Queen, come up. But the viewers that are tuned in, do not click that link. We are waiting for our African native to come up so that she can translate in Swahili in real time the breaking news and everything that's going on. Let's continue.
Juu ya hatua mbalimbali ambazo zimefikiwa kufuatia uchunguzi juu ya tukio hilo la kifo cha mwanamtindo huyo.
Tarehe 8 mwezi wa 4 majira ya saa 2:55 za usiku huko hoteli ya Zuri iliyoko Nungwi, wilaya Kaskazini A, mkoa wa Kaskazini Unguja.
April 8 at 8:55 p.m. at the Hotel Zuri, a lady identified as Ashlee Robinson, age 31, American citizen, who came on vacation. Continue, Queen.
Mwanamke ajulikanaye kwa jina la Ashlee Janee Robinson, miaka 31, raia wa Marekani, ambaye alifikia kwenye hoteli hiyo ya Zuri katika shughuli zake za utalii, akimiliki passport number
continue, Queen. He's just mentioning her name, where she's from.
97920035. Alijaribu kujiua kwa kujinyonga kwa kutumia mkanda wa nguo rangi ya kijivu, ambapo aliufunga mkanda.
Okay. He said, a woman by the name Ashlee Robinson, age 31, American citizen, who came on vacation, tried to unalive herself using a gray cloth belt. Continue.
Okay. Wow. Can you clarify what he said happened at 8:55 p.m. at the beginning of the video?
That is April 8th at 8:55 p.m. at Hotel Zuri. A lady identified by the name of Ashlee Robinson, American citizen who came on vacation, tried to unalive herself.
Okay.
On vacation, using a gray cloth belt.
And he's trying to say that's when they found her at 8:55 p.m.
8:55 is when they found her. Yes.
April 8th. Got it. Let's continue.
Mkanda huo katika kabati la nguo lililoko katika chumba namba 25 alichofikia hotelini hapo.
So they came to the hotel. They came to the hotel on April 4th. That's when they checked in. And they checked into villa number 25.
Okay. And they were supposed to check out April 10th.
April 10th is when they were supposed to check out. So April 4th is when they checked in. I'll continue, Queen.
04. Okay, I'm writing down the dates because we're gonna have to break this down. Let's go.
Mgeni huyo aliingia tarehe 4 mwezi wa 4 2026 akiwa na mchumba wake aitwaye Joseph Isaac Mathan mwenye umri wa miaka 48, Marekani, ambaye naye alikuwa anaishi naye pamoja hapo kwenye hoteli ya Zuri. Na kwa mujibu wa taarifa,
she came with her fiance, that guy named McCann or McCann, Joe McCann or something, age 48. They checked in together. They came to Zuri Hotel.
If you're in the military, quit scrolling. This is for you. Did you know most veterans can get the same life insurance coverage for a quarter of the price?
They checked in together. They came to Zuri Hotel.
Okay.
taarifa zao walitarajiwa kuondoka tarehe 10 mwezi wa 4 mwaka 2026. Siku ya tarehe 8 mwezi wa 4 2026 majira ya saa 12 za jioni
on 8th of April at 6:55 p.m. 8th of April at 6 p.m. there was conflict.
Okay.
At 6 p.m. At 8th of April, 6 p.m. there was conflict.
Okay.
And the conflict was had by the neighbor who lived in Villa 24.
Okay. So they checked into the hotel on April 4th.
Yes.
Supposed to be for 7 days.
Okay.
4 days after checking into the resort, they receive a call from Villa number 24 that there was a disturbance coming from Villa 25, which housed Ashlee and Joe.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Kea na mgogoro wa kimapenzi baina ya watu hao wawili, kwa maana huyu Ashlee pamoja na mpenzi wake Joseph. Mgogoro huo baina ya watu hao wawili ulitambulika na jirani ambaye alikuwa anaishi chumba namba 24, na yeye akatoa taarifa kwa uongozi wa hoteli akieleza kwamba majirani zake wamekuwa wakizozana kwa siku hiyo ya tarehe 8, lakini akaeleza zaidi kwamba tangu wamefika hapo wamekuwa wakiwa na mizozo ya mara kwa mara na wakiwa wanagombezana hapo ndani ya hicho.
Okay. So, what he has said is, on that day, on the 8th of April at 6 p.m., when the neighbor had the noise and the fracas that was happening, the conflict, the person called management. When they called management came to the scene and inquired what had transpired. Apparently, the neighbor of Villa 24 said that these people, since the day they checked in, this couple, since the day they had checked in, they have been having conflict. There's been fight all through.
Keep going.
So,
wait a minute. Ever since they checked in. Okay.
Said that they have been fighting since they got at the resort, and then management said when they tried to establish what the conflict was all about. Now continue.
Thank you, Samantha Uncut, logged in from Twitter, reposting this stream. We appreciate your support. So do you guys get it? Are you following? First of all, thank you again, Somali Queen. You are in Africa, correct?
Yes, I am.
And that's why I keep saying Africa. She's breaking it down and translating. So he said, the police commissioner said that the neighbor has said that Ashlee and Joe have been fighting since the entire time on the trip. Y'all, this begins to establish motive, a possible motive. This also shows you that this has been a gradual escalation. So they get there on the 4th. We can assume he proposed sometime between the 5th.
No. This is a totally different timeline from the videos we had seen. That is Savon Wildlife. It's in Kilimanjaro. It's not in Zanzibar. So they did the proposal in a different location. The videos we see on social media are from a totally different resort. And then they moved from the mainland, they went to the island.
So they've been in Africa before April 4th, but they just got to this resort on April 4th. So he proposed to her before they arrived to Zanzibar. But before they got to Zanzibar, they were at a different park throughout the countryside, correct?
Correct.
Oh my God.
Okay, they were at two different resorts. Okay.
Hicho chumba chao. Uongozi wa hoteli baada ya kupata taarifa hiyo ulikwenda kuwaona na kuwauliza kama kuna changamoto zozote wanazopitia au walizonazo, lakini baada ya kuona kweli hali inayotokeza pale ni ya mizozo kati ya wawili hao, uongozi ukaamua ili kuweka hali ya utulivu na usalama kwenye ile hoteli na wageni wengine wasipate bugdha, kumhamisha mume wake au bwana wake aitwaye Joseph na kumpeleka kwenye eneo lingine ambalo ni chumba namba 65.
Okay, pause. So when management came and inquired about the conflict and said, okay, so how do we solve this problem? They saw that the situation had escalated to a point whereby they decided to separate the couples. And in order to restore peace and tranquility so that the neighbors are not also affected because other people are on vacation, it's a resort, people are paying. So they said, we are going to separate the couples, and they took the man, Joe, to Villa 65.
Okay.
Hey, let's take a look at what comes in your Escoffier culinary toolkit.
Joe to Villa 65.
Okay. Should we continue?
Yes.
Did he get to the time about how far Villa 65 is from Villa 25?
He's about to get there.
Okay, here we go.
Nitoa ufafanuzi nikizungumza chumba, nazungumzia villas, wanaita villa, yani ni nyumba zile ambazo zinakuwa ni self contained. Kwa hiyo ile ilikuwa namba 25, wakamhamisha yule bwana kumpeleka namba 65. Ni umbali wa kutembea kwa miguu kama dakika 8 mpaka 10 kutoka hapo ambapo alikuwa awali kwenye hiyo nyumba namba 25.
He said that the distance between the villas, the two where he was taken and where Ashlee was, is about 8 to 10 minutes walk.
Wow. So wait a minute. So he separates the couple based on complaints from the neighbors who said that couple has been fighting, creating a disturbance since the day they got here. So people are now, whatever's going on in that room is so tumultuous that it's disturbing the rest of the guests, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So they get this call about 6 p.m. local time.
Yes.
They go to the room, Villa number 25. Things are so bad, they decide we have to separate you. They take Joe to Villa 65, which is approximately, thank you, the Real Quan TV, approximately 8 to 10 minutes walk. That's a long walk.
Yes.
Let's continue.
Baada ya muda kupita kipindi kama masaa mawili matatu, kufika muda huo wa saa 2:55, ndipo mmoja kati.
He says, after that happened, there's been a span of about 2 hours.
So we go from 6 to 8 p.m., 8:50. She was found dead, unconscious at 8:55, correct?
Yes, so it was around 8 something.
Okay, so 2 hours have passed.
Between 2 hours, yes, a span of 2 hours.
Okay, should we continue?
Yes.
Okay.
Ya wahudumu wa vyumba ambaye mara kwa mara amekuwa akipita time za jioni kwa ajili ya kufanya huduma kama kupuliza dawa au kama kuna mtu ana changamoto yoyote anahitaji huduma ya kihoteli, basi anaweza akasaidiwa. Mhudumu huyo alikwenda pale mapema kwanza.
Okay, so he has said that they have the service. There's people who are set to serve room service. The room service guys. One of them was roaming around asking villas, "Do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need anything?" And he said, after 2 to 3 hours, Queen, so I want to be correct. After 2 to 3 hours, one of the service guys, the guys who work for the hotel, was going around asking for service. "Can I help you? Do you need anything from the restaurant? Do you need a drink? Yada, yada, yada." That's after 2 to 3 hours. After he was moved, after Joe was moved to 65, 2 to 3 hours. Okay.
Okay, so are y'all following? About approximately 2 hours after they separate the couple, they have somewhat of a butler, a premier server that goes around to each villa. "Would you like a glass of wine? Can we refresh your snacks?" So he gets to Ashlee's room.
Majira ya saa 1:30 akakutana na mhusika, kwa maana huyo Ashlee, na kutaka kumuuliza kama anahitaji huduma yoyote. Akamwambia kwamba nitahitaji huduma.
So, on his way around the villas, he bumped into Ashlee. The waiter bumped into Ashlee.
Okay.
Wait,
and
so
asked,
not in her room.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Bumped into Ashlee and asked her, "Do you need anything?" And she said, "Not right now, but I need a charger. My phone is about to die. I need a charger." Play.
Okay, I figured that's what was said.
Okay.
Lakini naomba uje baada ya dakika 10. Lakini kwa sasa hivi naomba uniazime chaja yako, maana naona simu yangu chaji yake kidogo ina changamoto. Yule mhudumu jina tunalihifadhi kwa sasa sababu tunaendelea na uchunguzi. Alichofanya.
So she said, "I don't need anything right now. I need a charger, but you can come back in 10 minutes. I'll tell you what I need in terms of service."
Oh, okay. So the waiter, okay, you guys, the couple separated at approximately 6 p.m. local time, give or take. They escort the fiance to a different villa, which is approximately an 8 to 10 minute walk. 2 hours later, give or take, there's a butler kind of checking on the guests. He bumps into Ashlee. Keep in mind, it's dark now. He bumps into Ashlee and says, "Hi, do you need anything?" She says, "I need a charger. My phone is about to die." And he says, "Okay." Did he give her the charger or is he coming back?
So he went for the charger. And brought the charger. He went and brought the charger to Ashlee. So you see, sometimes a guest can tell you, "I have mosquitoes, I need a spray, I need this, I need that. So that's why he was roaming around. So she said, I need a charger. He went and got her a charger and brought the charger to Ashlee. And she told him, come back after 10 minutes.
Okay, so the butler gives her the charger. He asked her, do you need anything else? Snacks, wine, drink? She said, you know what? Come back in a few minutes. Let me think about it. Let me assess what I have here. Now, here's my thing. You guys write this down. Something still isn't right. Ashlee is in the primary villa. Joe was moved to a different villa. If Ashlee's in a primary villa, why would she need a charger? Should not her belongings already be in the primary villa? Write that down. Write that down. Let's continue. So he leaves.
Fanya yeye ni kumpa ile chaja na kuendelea kutoa huduma kwa wateja wa vyumba vingine. Akaingia chumba namba 24, akaingia 26.
So he gave her the charger. He moved away from her. He went to Villa 24. They had ordered for something. He went to another villa. So he continued with his routine. Okay.
So he gives her the charger, like she said. Yes. Checks on the neighbor who initially complained. Go on about his business.
Yes.
Baadaye akaja kukumbuka kwamba ana ahadi ya kurudi tena kwenye chumba namba 25 ambacho
After a while, he remembered he was supposed to go get Ashlee's order. That's approximately 20 minutes.
Okay, let's write that down. He gives her a charger. She says, you know what, come back later. I think I may want something to eat. He does his duties. He forgets about her, remembers between 20 to 30 minutes later, goes back to check on Ashlee.
Aliporudi tena baada kama dakika 20 akagonga ule mlango, akakuta mlango haufunguki na hakuna mtu anayefungua, lakini taa zote ndani zikiwa zimezimwa.
Damn, it's hot.
Pause. So he came back after 20 minutes, and when he came back to Ashlee's villa, he found the lights were all turned off. It was dark inside, and the door was locked.
From the inside?
Yes. So, continue.
Kwa kuwa yeye alikuwa ana ufunguo wa dharura pale anapotembea akakuta mlango haufunguki, basi alitumia ufunguo huo kufungua kuangalia ndani kuna nini. Alipofungua akakuta kuna giza, lakini alipofungua na kujaribu kufunga mlango ili aendelee kukagua zaidi ndani,
hold on,
kama kishindo upande wa kushoto ambapo kuna
kabati
ya nguo.
So he saw the house was like, remember, he just spoke to her 20 minutes and she said she doesn't need service, she needs a charger. He gave her the charger, he walked away, he went to do his thing, he came back 20 minutes later and found the villa is dark, which was weird to him. So he went and knocked on the villa door. The door was locked. Nobody was opening for him. He knocked and knocked and nobody was opening. So because he works for the hotel and he's the one who services the rooms, he had the master key. He had the master key for the room. He opened the door. When he opened the door, it was dark inside. Wow. So he said he tried to push the door wide open so that he can walk into the villa properly and see what's happening inside.
Okay.
Because of the conflict earlier, he had his own reservations. So he said he walked inside and tried to push the door, but could not push the door completely open.
What?
Because the body was holding yo.
What?
Yo.
What? The body was on the front door.
When he tried to open the door completely, he said something's holding the door back. He could not open the door completely. That's what he said. Play.
Na alipoangalia akamwona huyu mgeni wa kike aitwaye Ashlee akiwa ananing'inia kwenye kabati kwa ndani kwa kutumia kamba ya nguo.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
Oh. Anyways, he tried to open the door, push the door, and couldn't open completely, so he went through the door. And when he turned to look, he found Ashlee struggling, like struggling to
Free herself.
basically.
Y'all, this man either
He was
go ahead.
wrapped. Her neck was. You see the.
Okay, here we go. This is the update. Damn, it's hot. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here. I'm gonna make sure I got this loud and clear for y'all. Uh-oh.
I will pray for you, but if you get on my nerve, I will punch you smooth. My mouth ain't under control yet. And I'll be so sick. And if you get it, if I get my hands on you, I promise you don't know you can end up fight. But I'm trying not to go there because I'm in transition.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday to you all. Happy Wednesday to you all. I did not think we were going to be back as soon as we did, and I promised you on yesterday. I said, listen, we are talking all things Ashlee Janee, aka Ashlee Robinson, aka Ashlee Janee, and the only reason I'm referring to her as Ashlee Janee is because she's an online persona. So I think that's how we keep her in the algorithm, so that there's little to no confusion. But we have an explosive update. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. I'm coming through loud and clear. We have an explosive update. Buckle up. And I mean that with every fiber. Buckle up. We got some things to talk about. We also have Somali Queen all the way back. Listen, get off my back. Somali Queen is here. Y'all didn't like me saying Africa yesterday. Thank you for that call out. We have apologized for that slip up. But listen, Somali Queen did a fantastic job on yesterday. She was able to interpret for us in Swahili to English so that you could follow along in real time for the press conference that was held by the police commander. And when I tell you, man, oh man, full of peace. Y'all were right. Y'all were right. Y'all said, Queen Sheba, there is something specific about the way, the reason why Joe McCain, they have taken Ashlee to Zanzibar, Tanzania to be exact. To come to find out, you were right. He has connections down there. He's a frequent visitor down there. He is familiar. He's a familiar face. Not only with friends, but to the hotel staff.
I hope y'all can hear it.
Are y'all ready? like a random trip and she thought he was being nice. You know, it's funny how they said a leopard never changes spots, loses its spots. You stay close to home. You stay close to what was familiar. And you all are right. There is something about this resort and the reason why he chose the resort. So here's what we're going to focus on for a second. Here's what we are going to focus on today. We are going to focus on the latest developments in the Ashlee Janee investigation. Who are the other 10 individuals that have been detained by the police commander?
10.
Behind the real reason why they were fighting. They were fighting for 4 days for a reason. Here's a couple of things that we have. Joe is a cheater. Joe does have a sensational appetite, fetish, I'm going to say. We tried to be cute the other day. You guys said, well, just say preference. What's to be safe? We said preference. Now I'm going to say fetish. It's being alleged that they were fighting because Joe was leaving the resort to engage sexually with other women. That's the first thing.
So allegedly he was a cheater.
That other people at the hotel may have been involved. So, it's also, we have a common death established for Ashlee Janee. Y'all are so smart. You said there has to be video surveillance. Allegedly, there is video surveillance. Allegedly, there is video surveillance. They do have the surveillance, but they are refusing to share it because they do not want to compromise the investigation. So I'm guessing that whatever's on those videotapes implicates more than just Joe. 10 people being detained. We're going to get into that. Also, the butler, there's a new update on what the butler found. The two updates is he heard a thud when he opened the door. When the room was black, not only was it black, he heard a thud, which prompted him to turn on the lights in the room. Are you following me? 10 other people possibly involved at the hotel. And when I say involved, I'm going to cover us or didn't do their due diligence.
I would recommend viewers who say Augustine to anycrimes.com.
I get to take my
Lord.
Campus for residents.
Here we go.
after we ended our live. Ashlee's parents sat down for an interview, and let's just review that clip really quick.
This morning, the growing mystery surrounding the death of an American influencer while she was vacationing in Tanzania with her fiancé. The parents of Ashlee Robinson, known on social media as Ashlee Janee, speaking with ABC Philadelphia station WTBI, believe their daughter died at a luxury resort in Zanzibar, just days after celebrating her 31st birthday and being engaged to her boyfriend, 45-year-old Joseph Buchanan. She was happy. This is what she wanted. She was starting to the next chapter of her life. Robinson sharing the moment with fans past the question for more than 100,000 followers. This Kylie, some of the ranks of Papa are happy. But during the Zanzibar days, after the podcast at the Zurich Hotel reported a romantic conflict between the couple on the night of April 8th, hotel management moved the pair to a separate room about a 3-minute walk away. A few hours later, reporters and Robinson was found unresponsive in her room at the hospital. Karen had calmed herself. I did receive a phone call from Bill. He was not really making sense. He told me that he told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. And that he told me that she was stable After receiving treatment at the Shoe Hospital, Robert was declared dead on April 9th. Authorities still questioning him and confiscated his passport, when they await the results of the medical exam.
Hopefully, y'all can hear.
And the State Department confirmed the death of an American in Zanzibar, but would not comment any further as to Robertson's family. They insist that she was not suicidal. They're now demanding that security video from the resort saying it could help them answer questions about what happened.
So I told you there is a video, there is surveillance, but the officials, the authorities in Zanzibar, they are not sharing that yet. And according to what Somali Queen is going to share, it's because they do not want to compromise the investigation. Another update, the Somali Queen is going to go a little bit deeper into that. Initially, Ashlee Janee was taken to urgent care and not at Wallingford Hospital. All right? Welcome, Somali Queen. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, Queen.
Hello, hello, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm good. How are you today?
Good. Mommy, maybe you're ready for you to give an update. I'm going to ask that you stay close to your microphone so that we can hear you. Somali's going to run down the timeline. And Somali, just to confirm, you do have a close source in Zanzibar. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm going to give you the floor to run down the timeline of everything that you've now acquired, any updates regarding the Ashlee Janee death. I stop you every now and then for clarification, so just wanted to give you a heads up that you now have the floor.
Okay, so before I get to know and actually new information, I just want to do a quick timeline brief for the people in the chat, so that we're all together by the time I'm reading the new information. So that's what happened, like a 2-minute break. So, April 4th, 2026, they text in Zurich Hotel, Ashlee Robinson and her fiancé Joseph. They stayed at villa number 85 for tourism. Planned departure was April 10, 2026. On April 8, 2026, at 6 p.m., romantic dispute. An argument of a romantic nature erupted between Ashlee and Joseph inside the villa. A neighbor in Villa 24 overheard the conflict and reported it to Hotel management, adding that the couple had been arguing repeatedly since their arrival. April 8, same day, 2026. Evening, management intervened. Hotel management visits Villa 25 confirmed on the domestic conflict and decides to relocate Joseph to Villa 65. Approximately an 8 to 10 minute walk away to restore peace and avoid disturbance from disturbing other guests. April 8, 2026 at 7:30 p.m. Attendant first visit. A hotel attendant during evening round visits Villa 25. Ashlee acknowledges needing service but asks him to return in 10 minutes and borrows his phone charger. The attendant provides the charger and continues to Villa 54. April 8, 2026. No response at the door. Approximately 20 minutes later, as per authorities briefing, the attendant returned to Villa 25. He knocked, no answer, no light inside. Using his emergency duty key, he enters the darkened room and hears a thud from the direction of the wardrobe.
Okay, pause. Did y'all catch that? Ashlee asked the butler to come back. The butler established contact with Ashlee after the hotel separated Joe and Ashlee. Ashlee and Joe were initially in Villa 25. The hotel received a complaint call from Villa 24. They stated that Ashlee and Joe had been in a romantic argument for 4 days. In a since the moment he checked in. But on this particular day, things had escalated to the point that it just, they had to call security. The hotel relocated Joe to Villa 65, which is about a 10-minute walk away. After separating them, the butler runs into Ashlee, asks her, "Did you need anything?" Ashlee says, "I need a charger." The butler says, "Cool." Gets the charger, gives it back to Ashlee, gives it to Ashlee. Is there anything else to come back and work with you? Somali Queen said he entered the room. The room was very dark, and he heard a thud. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, please continue.
So, okay. So the same April 8th, 2026, discovering the
I don't know that man here.
Ashlee hanging from the internal wardrobe hanger door using a great clothing belt, bathrobe belt. She is still alive but struggling. He immediately ran to raise the alarm.
Let's pause right there. When you say that the butler reported that Ashlee was hanging from the door, still alive, what did he describe seeing?
Yeah,
He said that he found her she was put in a position whereby her legs were kicking up and she was struggling. It's like you're trying to release yourself from the room.
And instead of rescuing her, he ran off.
Yes, he ran away and went to get help.
Did they say how long it took from the time he found her for him to leave the room, run to get help, and come back? Did they give us any time so far?
In terms of, that was between 7:30 and 8:55.
No. So he left her that long on the door?
The timeline between him discovering her in terms of 7:30,
can't hear it.
that's going to be like an hour away from 7:50 to 8:55. That is the timeline I have.
That timeline will be an hour before she was found.
He came at 7:30 p.m. Doing his rounds. Actually acknowledges leaving service, but asked him to return in 10 minutes. So by the time
Yeah, her legs are kicking. He leaves, doesn't come back, and then what happened? I mean, he leaves and other people come back.
What?
Then what happened?
He rushed to raise the alarm. At 8:55 p.m., emergency response. Hotel management arrives, takes Ashlee down, administers first aid, and rushes her to the nearest hospital for urgent care.
Wow. Let's pause. It took a while for them to get back to that room. It sounds like.
Yes.
So she was literally hanging, struggling for breath for 45 minutes to an hour. Dang.
Okay. So from what we can recall, we did a breakdown assessment of the resort, everybody. There are phones in the room. Please keep that in mind. There are phones in the room. That's the first thing. The second thing is I do want to confirm that I heard you say they took her to an urgent care hospital, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, please continue.
So the timeline I'm giving you right now is between April 8th and April 9th. So they took her to urgent care. After initial emergency treatment, Ashlee was transferred to a hospital called Ampola Hospital in Mjini Magharibi region for further medical care. So she went to two separate places and she got two separate treatments. Two different hospitals.
They can call
and
later.
That's between the 8th and 9th, 2026. So my source says April 9th at 3 p.m. Ashlee Janee Robinson passes away while still under treatment at the hospital.
Whoa. But in the police commander, you have a little bit of echo, but in the police commander's press conference, he said April 10th, yesterday, when you translated. Is that correct?
Correct.
But the
So in other
source
words,
is
they
saying,
can't get a
no,
timeline
she
right.
died on the 9th at 3 p.m., not the 10th.
Yes.
Let me pause. Okay. Tell us more about the hotel staff from what you know based on your source.
So my source told me that Joe is a frequent visitor of Zanzibar. And he is well known by hotels, staff, and the people. So he has frequented Zanzibar. And my source said they were arguing about him cheating on her. He would leave the villa to go to other women at night.
And other women, would it be local women?
Yes. And then they also said that there was an argument at I think at the reception or something like that. Outside, there was also another argument. Somebody was flirting with Ashlee, and he got offended, and she started screaming about him cheating on her.
Okay. And that's throughout the entire time.
Yes,
Mods, I need you. Okay, Mods, I need you in the chat. Mods, I need you in the chat. But so the entire time since April 4th, when they checked in to the resort, to April 8th, they were fighting over alleged cheating, with Joe leaving the resort to visit local women sexually, correct?
Yes. That is what my source said. And he said that the police have arrested about 10 people who are suspected of being involved in terms of investigation-wise. The hotel staff, some people, also his friend. He had a friend there.
Wait, who had a friend there? You got to be clear so that they're following.
Joe McCann had a friend in Zanzibar. And that friend has been arrested too.
Was this a male friend?
Yes, a man.
So he had a man with him at this resort that has been detained?
Yes.
Is this a white male? Do we know anything? Is this a foreign male? Do we know any specifics?
Yes, I have been told he's a white male.
Okay, continue.
So the police are going to release the postmortem on Friday. And also the police are holding on to all types of video and photos in terms of evidence. They're holding on to anything that is video and pictures. They said that it's going to impede the investigation. So nobody had that. They took that away. When Ashlee was found, she had her ring on, because I saw some people asking in the chat yesterday, did she have her ring on? I asked, did she have her ring on when she was found? And my source said, yes, she did.
So Ashlee did have on her engagement ring when she was found. Now it's being alleged that Joe had another man there, a friend, at that resort with him. It's also being alleged that Joe and Ashlee may have experienced tension behind Joe leaving to engage with other women who are local to Zanzibar. Ashlee's death may have occurred on April 9th and not April 10th, as we are receiving it in the United States. April 9th at 3 p.m. local. It's being alleged she was pronounced dead. But for some reason, we're receiving the word that she was dead on the 10th. She was initially taken to urgent care after being abandoned by the butler when he saw her struggling to get herself down. Did I summarize that correctly?
Yes.
Feel free to elaborate, whatever you're comfortable with sharing.
So she was wearing her engagement ring when she was found. All the videos and pictures she had on her phone or the cameras, everything has been taken by the police. The police has said that they are not going to share with the public as of now because of the investigation. Okay. Then also what has come to my attention is Ashlee had another Instagram page that has been taken down.
Her Instagram has been taken down?
She had a different Instagram page. She had two
You know
accounts.
what it was?
It had pictures. I saw the person who took the pictures from that Instagram page. I saw its proof, but that page has been taken down.
I'm still here, y'all. I'm just eating.
Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm just marinating. So it sounds like this is a little bit deeper than what we initially thought. And it sounds like there's still some conflicting details. They're not all completely been released.
3 different
Police have
timelines.
confiscated her phone, and they're holding on to that. So whatever Ashlee has on that phone, so here's the thing. We would need everyone to operate in good faith, from the police organization, the hotel, surveillance videos, in order for us to get the full story. Unfortunately, that's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Because we already have conflicting reports. The time of death, who found her. The police commander is saying, hey, Joe was not in the room when Ashlee was found. Yet you detained and arrested him for further questioning. And now it's being alleged that you have 10 more people that you've detained. So either he was in the room or he wasn't in the room. That's a conflicting report to the report we saw from the hospital, because the hospital's saying Joe shared with them that he found Ashlee hanging on the door. So either Joe was in the room or he wasn't. We're getting 2 separate stories from 2 different entities. You have the medical staff saying, nope, Joe was in the room. You have the police commander saying, no, he wasn't in the room. Then it wouldn't make sense to detain him. Because your butler, according to you, was the person who discovered Ashlee in a vulnerable state and who did not, or who failed to render aid. Go ahead, Somali. Jump in whenever you're ready.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that he chose Tanzania because the country has no good relationship with the U.S., first of all, because they're on the ban list. So everything that's going to come out is not going to be authentic. I do not believe in the justice system of Zanzibar. Let me say that. I'm an African. I'm in Africa. You can say whatever you want about me, but I'm going to speak the truth. And he is known. He's a frequent, visitor. They know him. That changes the story. It's not like somebody who just went there for the first time. And then he also chose a place where the police can be bribed.
Okay, elaborate on that. Tell us a little bit about the culture in foreign countries such as Zanzibar or Tanzania, Africa. How are white men viewed there?
Basically, they worship them.
Oh, so
Yeah,
white
kind of like
supremacy is
they
good and well in Tanzania.
they hold them in high regard.
Hmm. So in other words, white supremacy. Got you.
So when I talked to my source, and my source told me the man did it.
Wow.
And everything.
From
Yeah,
your source.
Yes.
Your source said what?
The man did it.
You have to use
He
names.
did it. He said Joe McCann did it. And he's the one that put her there. That's what he said. And my source is a doctor in Zanzibar.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Okay. Please continue. I'm just going to let you have the floor.
Yeah, so basically that's it. I think I'm done with this, Queen.
Okay. All right. So that is Somali Queen. Somali Queen, we want to thank you for not only 1 day, but 2 days of providing us great detail in this case. And thank you for sharing what you have with people that are close to the investigation from from a medical doctor in Zanzibar. So I want to thank you for that. You all heard it here first. And it's alleged. Let's just say alleged. We're not in Zanzibar. Thank you, Somali. We're not in Zanzibar. But according to a close source, even though the police commander is saying Joe was not in the room, a medical doctor is saying he did it. He did it. He put her up there. Ashlee stands 5'2", maybe 120, 25 pounds. He did it. He put her up there. She couldn't lift herself up there. He put her up there. Let me ask you this. What's going on with this butler that left her there? Has anything come out about that? Is there any word on that?
No, he's been arrested too. They're all under investigation. But the way my source said that it's a formality because the girl's parents, family, no one is in Tanzania in terms of representation. So the embassy has sent people to help in the investigation because they don't have the proper kits for DNA testing and stuff like that. So even an investigation done in terms of what happened to her, we are very doubtful. My source said he's very doubtful of the outcome.
Gosh, that's a lot. I mean, we figured, we guessed, but now we're hearing it. They're having to initially, The parents of Ashlee Robinson, aka Ashlee Janee, stated, "Listen, we're not getting anything. The resort refuses to communicate with us. The police are not giving us any information. The hospitals are not giving us any information, and Joe damn sure isn't giving us any information. And not only that, the good old U.S. Embassy isn't giving us any information.
They're
It was
not.
like they had the odds stacked against them. But let me say this again. It's because of you, and those of you that are tuned in that kept pushing back, that kept showing up on social media, watching videos like this, commenting, sharing, that we put a little bit of pressure on the authorities over there. And they had to give in. So, according to the police commander in Zanzibar, once they received the proper paperwork from the parents in the United States and they got the approval, they then brought in the U.S. Embassy to help them with the investigation. So now we have a little bit more boots on the ground, but the problem is, although Ashlee is deceased and she's no longer with us, she doesn't have anybody over there fighting for her. You remember yesterday I said to the parent, you gotta get over there. You gotta get over there ASAP. I don't give a damn what it takes. I'm shocked celebrities have not given money to make sure they are on the first thing smoking. And that's what Somali Queen just said. The problem is nobody's here for Ashlee. Joe doesn't count. He's being investigated. She is here alone. She died alone. If you don't get your parents there, you can't push. These people don't have the proper resources. They don't have up-to-date technology to be able to do DNA swabs. Hell, we don't even know if they're doing proper fingerprinting. Initially, when the news dropped that Ashlee died in Zanzibar, they only gave us what Joe told them. Do y'all remember that? 3 days ago, 2 hours ago. They were reporting to us what they received secondhand through Joe. They prioritized his word. And then we said, oh, hell no. Those of us in the good old United States of America, this doesn't sound right. We got a funny feeling and a sneaky suspicion. How in the hell do you mean she hung herself? Why would she hang herself? She just
Yeah,
died.
why?
Wait, whoa. Hold on. And it wasn't until then we got a little bit more. But a little bit more was...
Why would somebody who's feeling on top of the world delete themselves?
Wasn't good enough. So we kept pushing and pushing and pushing. But the parents, it's nothing like having parents, friends, and loved ones over there. You gotta drop, like they say in elementary, you gotta stop, drop, and roll and get your asses on the first thing over there before they release that body. You gotta get there and apply a little bit of pressure. I don't care what it takes. It's now or never. It's now or never. Because if they release that man from custody after thorough investigation,
He gonna be going in the wind.
Somali Queen said, based on the probability of people being corrupt, right? There's a little bit of corruption everywhere, not just overseas in foreign countries. Hell, we have it here in the good old US of A.
We do.
Bribery, money talks, based on how they view white men and that culture as if they're God. If they release Joe, if money has exchanged hands, allegedly, he can get on that flight and go wherever he wants. Once they deemed him innocent or they don't have anything substantial. And Somali Queen just said that a doctor said, I don't believe the outcome is going to be favorable for Ashlee. I don't believe she's going to get the justice that she deserves because of the underbelly of what's going on here. And yes, they did detain 10 other individuals allegedly, but they're just calling it protocol. Now, what that tells me is there's a big chance that somebody didn't do their damn job leading up to the incident and all the way until the moment that butler claims that he walked into the room, he heard a thud. And not only that, we got to back up. Remember what the police commander said. The butler attempted to enter the room but couldn't because there was something or someone prohibiting him from opening the door. How do we know that wasn't Joe in the middle of the act? Because Ashlee was still alive. How do we know Joe wasn't the one that was stopping him from opening the door? How do we know that he didn't see Joe and take off and didn't come back? How do we know Joe didn't get the opportunity to leave the room? We don't. We still have a lot of questions. And I want to share something that came across my desk today. Or his friend. That's a good one. I forgot there was another man there, allegedly. One of his friends. Thank you for Miss Special K. Let's look at something. Hold on. I want to share something really quick. Give me 1 second. Let's go back over the initial report of the hospital. See, a hospital doesn't have a dog in this fight. The hospital doesn't know Joe. The hotel staff, the resort staff, they're familiar with Joe. And if you look at the initial report, they said because of the intensity of the fight, they were concerned for Ashlee's well-being, and they reached out to the local authorities because there were red flags indicating she may not be safe, only for her to come up dead a few hours later. No, not even a few, maybe an hour or two later. So let's take a look at a couple of things first. I wanna show this to you. Right here. All right. This was online, or this came across my desk regarding a lady who's sharing her experience regarding Joe. And this is what she said. She said, I actually met this man before in Miami, and he's a weirdo. I met him through partying with a friend. Okay. I wish I could have come across this woman because I would have warned her straight up. I know I'm just a random on the internet and most people won't believe me, which is fine. But I know for a fact this man may have did it or definitely knows who did it. He is very weird and sick. Typically, crypto/finance bros are weirdos. He also recently lost a big investment. This man is known to be abrasive and weird in the head. Even my experience of meeting him was weird. He is a very arrogant and strong personality weirdo. Joe McCann has poor business practices, and he's a true weirdo. He also has a history of being violent and abusive. He is divorced from his previous wife recently with multiple children under 4. Now, we do know, and I'm not going to reveal her identity, who I did a little bit of not soul searching. I went down a rabbit hole. And I was able to find the wedding when Joe married his first wife in 2018. And I found it very odd that the article starts off when she said this was the toughest decision of her life. She has a father, but she was tasked with the decision of walking down the aisle alone or allowing her father to walk her down the aisle. I'm gathering that from the influence of Joe, he convinced her to walk down the aisle. And as she came down the aisle, in that moment, she said he promised her, you will never have to walk alone in life again. Watch this, 2018. Only for him to leave her in 2021 while she was pregnant with their second child. He married her at age 28, divorced her at age 31, left her, discarded her at age 31, the same age that Ashlee was discarded. She delivered the child in 2022. He left her during a time that not only was she pregnant, but her mom was dying from stage 4 cancer. It seems like Joe has a short attention span to the women that he conquers. And then this girl that shared her experience said, listen, he's aggressive. He's very dominant. He's very aggressive when it comes to women. Not only that, we know he has a fetish for darker women because it's being alleged that he and Ashlee may have been fighting because he was leaving the village to partake in other activities with other women who's local to Zanzibar. But here's something interesting. I want to go back to what the hospital said. Well, let's take a look at the room. Let's do that. I want to show you the room. Give me 1 second. Here's the room, or what we believe to be.
Welcome to our garden villa here.
So I'm going to turn the sound off. So this is the room, and I'm going to pause it when we get to the part of the front door. Right here. This right here. This is where the butler found Ashlee.
At the front door?
Explain to me, how would Ashlee get herself to the top of that door? Let's try to do it again. It's pretty fast. Let's try to get it again.
I don't see
There is nothing.
There ain't nothing to hang anybody from.
There is no way. Because the police commander in his press conference made no mention of there being a chair propped up or anything. So this is the door. The butler would be pushing the door inward towards the beads that you see here. Initially, according to the press conference, the police commander stated that he couldn't get the door open. It felt like someone was prohibiting him from opening the door. When he was finally able to get the door open, watch this. Because some people may say, well, maybe it was the weight of Ashlee on the door. I don't think so. Because she was still there, according to the police commander, when he was finally able to relieve the weight from the door. He didn't say she was on the floor. He said she was on the door, kicking. He heard a thud. If you heard a thud, it could have been her feet hitting the door. I don't know if it was a door closing. And when he turned on the lights, he could see Ashlee. Let's take a look. But this is what the room would have probably looked like. Got it? Now I'm going to take you to the initial report from the hospital regarding what Joe told them. Give me 1 second. Because we have to see it written. And I want to show it to you exactly how they described it. And then we're done. Give me 1 second. And I don't know why I don't know why more people aren't calling this out. Here we go.
Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne is live in the Satellite Center with the latest. Cheyenne.
Hi, Sarah and Brian. Yeah, Ashlee Robinson, she was actually raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting any answers about what happened to her from officials in Tanzania or her fiance.
My daughter, Ashlee, she's no longer here with us, and we're trying to find out why.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Janee on Instagram, was celebrating her 31st birthday in Zanzibar, Tanzania.
There's no way Ashlee went to that trip to take her own life.
She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
She was starting the next chapter of her life. She called us and FaceTimed us to share with us her trouble.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
First red flag, Mama said, there's no way I believe that Ashlee took her own life. You cannot convince me that Ashlee Robinson took her own life. When she was in distress, she picked up the freaking phone and she called her mom. Now, this was April 8th that she called her mom. Remember, according to Villa 24, who was next door to Villa 25, where Ashlee and Joe were housed, said that Ashlee and Joe were fighting since their arrival time. They had arrived April 4th. They were supposed to check out April 10th. It took 4 days for her to build up the courage to say, Mom, there's a problem. We've been fighting. They've asked Joe to leave the room. They've placed him in Villa 65. She had reached her wit's end. That means I need to call a friend. This is too much. She called her mom. First red flag. Right? She's 31. Typically, you can handle it. What in the world would keep them fighting for 4 days? Now, we know, allegedly, he's leaving to have sexcapades with other women. So was he not satisfied with Ashlee sexually? Is there something that Ashlee had refused to do with him and his friend that's being alleged that he had a friend there?
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later,
So that doesn't sound right. She just said, he told me Ashlee was being taken to the hospital, and it's something that happened earlier in the day. So is she on her way to the hospital or is she not?
Luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, according to her husband, he found she hung herself on the door.
Boom. That directly conflicts what the police commander is saying. The hospital medical report says that Joe McCain is the one that found Ashlee allegedly hanging. The hospital report. Now, I don't know what's happening, who's involved, who's not involved. The hospital report is saying that Joe found Ashlee, not the butler, not the hotel staff, but Joe. Do y'all get it now? And this is why we break things down in the manner that we do. Somali, what are your thoughts? If you had to guess based on the culture, who do you think found Joe? Who do you think found Ashlee?
No, I actually believe the butler found her. But then there's something that I have seen, right? When you look at the time, they were separated and put in different rooms. To the time she was found is a 3-hour difference. It's 3 hours, Queen, that has not been accounted for. Like Joe's whereabouts, where he was, what he was doing. Because they fought around 6 p.m. They were separated at 6 p.m. So between that 6 p.m. and 8:55 when she was found dead, those 3 hours, what happened? There's no timeline. There's nothing for those 3 hours. It's not been accounted for.
Wait, well, they have footage. Hold on, remember they have footage, and they don't want to share.
Which they have not shown us, and we don't know what they're going to do. I said, keep in mind, Queen, I said this is a corrupt place.
Okay. So why would the hospital medical report list Joe? They said the husband said he found her. Let me read it again. The medical report says, and they also have that her pulse is strong, not was. Mute up for me, Somali. You have feedback. I can assume that Joe was at the hospital with Ashlee. Let me tell you why. I'm looking at this hospital medical report. It says CVS pulse is strong and fast, not was. That means she was still alive as they're writing this up. Pulse is strong and fast, cold extremities. JVP not raised. Why would they say, according to the husband, he found she hung herself on the door, but they put like 6 or 7 question marks as if to say, this is sketchy. This isn't lining up. Why would the medical staff, in your opinion, document that on the chart?
Because that was the first initial statement.
No, this is a medical report when she got to the hospital. Listen to what I'm saying. On the medical report, they're tending to her, right? And they're doing the chart update. It's saying that her pulse is strong. Her pulse is fast in real time. So she hadn't passed away yet. And the hospital just gathers information. But you feel like this is not accurate?
No, that medical report is accurate. At 8:55 is when she was found. And that report says, just now you asked me, Joe, they're saying Joe, that was the first report, Joe was in the room. She was found by Joe. That's not the police report, that's the medical report. So yes, and that's why I'm saying they had questions. You know when they question you, what happened? Who was there? That is how that came up. And I believe the first reports are always the truth, because anything that came after has been rehearsed, diluted, and changed. We've seen so many different stories ever since this story broke. So I believe if they said that he was there, he was there, because my source said he's the one that did it.
Gotcha. And your source is a medical source, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Classy young man said, so she was alive. Absolutely, she was alive. The butler says she was alive and kicking. I believe Joe was the one behind that door. I could be wrong, but I believe he may have been the one behind that door.
It's true, because my report says the same thing, Queen. The guy that found her, they're saying that when she was first found, she was hanging from the internal wardrobe with a gray clothing belt, bathrobe belt. She is still alive, but struggling.
Gotcha. So let me read the hospital report again. Y'all, this was in real time. The medical report, at the time they made this report, her pulse is strong, not was, is strong and fast. Her extremities are cold, her JVP not raised. Husband, her bilateral chest expansion, no. They said no lesions, no any lesions. There is a tattoo on the left side of the chest, trachea centrally located. So the trachea had not been dislocated. Ashlee could have been saved, if you ask me. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I maybe she could have been saved. The real Quan says, you believe that Joe was in that room when the butler came into that room. Red says, I believe she was fighting. I don't know if they have that type of technology. That's what we're saying. There's reports that they don't have sophisticated medical equipment. I don't know if that's true or false, but there's kind of murmurings. Okay, you said, did they do a drug screen? I'm not sure. Okay, this is a good one. Honeylock said no jugular vein distension, and she was found hung. That's extremely odd. We have a lot of questions.
They said there was a mark on her neck.
Okay, let's see.
There was a mark on her neck.
Yeah, there's an unidentified mark around her neck. No wounds seen, no open wounds, not pale, no jaundiced, not jaundiced. By this time, her body had gone cold. her extremities, but her pulse was fast. She was alive at this time.
Yeah,
y'all.
that's why they put the warmer on her body, because her body was cold.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. They try to warm her up.
Yes.
This is a lot. This is wow. It's a lot. 1985 Bay says the fact that Joe concluded that she did something to herself, right? The audacity. Because here's my thing. You're onto something. Well, if you're separated by the hotel and you walk in the room and you see somebody hanging, you don't know who did it. So how would you get what I'm saying? That's a huge assumption. How do you know? How would he be able to know that? So for him just to say that and not have been in the room, man, I'll be like, that's a wild guess. Did you see her do that? Are you sure nobody else was there? I would be asking a lot of questions, right? Doesn't make him right or wrong, but that's a wild guess. Even the butler didn't say shit. He said he saw her struggling, fighting, gasping, trying to get down. This is a lot. Strong pulse and breathing. Yep, she was alive during that time. She fought. Ashlee was a strong girl. Sounds like, from a medical perspective. She hung in there for as long as she could.
With several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was...
Oh, did you just hear the dad say that? Y'all. Okay, wait a minute. The police said that the butler found her. The butler says, what about this? What do y'all think? The butler said he ran to get help. Watch this.
Okay.
Watch this. Something is off. Butler says the room is dark. I entered the room anyway. Well, first of all, why would you enter the room? I'm sorry. Even if it's customary, why would you enter a guest bedroom after 8 p.m. when it's dark? How do you know they're not asleep? How do you know they're not naked? You enter anyway. Okay. Whatever. You go in there. You hear a thud. You turn on the light. You see this girl fighting for her life. You fail to render aid. You run. Watch this. To get help. So you mean to tell me that y'all went and got Joe, who was 10 minutes away with security, and then went all the way back? If so, they failed her. That's negligence. Because the dad just said, Joe told us that he went to the room with security. They failed her.
Yeah, something ain't right.
It's almost like somebody wanted to make sure that she was dead. Let's continue.
She was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
The hospital has no dog in this fight. The hospital is not friends with Joe. The hospital doesn't know Joe. They don't know Ashlee. Strangulation and suffocation. Suffocation is cutting off your air from your nose and your mouth. Strangulation is cutting off your airways. How in the hell did we get to suffocation? Cerebral hypoxia. Somebody
That's
attempted.
strangulation.
So if we went with the notion that Ashlee took her own life, that would be strangulation, right? But what about the suffocation that the medical examiner determined? Are you asking us to overlook that? Let's continue.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
And the family says next they are considering going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get as many answers as possible. Now, we also tried to directly contact Ashlee's fiance, the resort, and the embassy, but we did not hear back. I'm live in the Satellite Center.
That's four
you
entities
probably
that won't
won't
work
hear
with any
back.
of the women that are calling. The resort, the U.S. Embassy, Joe, and the police organization. Okay. I guess I'll open up the lines to see what questions you all have. Give me one
I got a
second.
feeling she was suffocated in that hospital.
We want to keep it on topic.
I have a feeling she was suffocated in that hospital. I don't know why, but that's what I feel. With that being said, I'm gonna cut off right here. Um, I'll let you guys know. Um, I'll wait till tomorrow to come back with another update. Cause from what we just heard here, we got like 3 different timelines. We allegedly have a doctor pointing the finger at the Joe guy and saying he did this. And then we have 10 people detained related to this. So did Joe hire people, or did Joe use the people at the hotel? It's a lot of questions. With that being said, I'll see y'all later.